Hi, everyone. I'm McTiernan. I'd like to take a few minutes to talk about the fact that you probably have more IT workers than you know about, the risks associated with that, and how you can flip that switch, turn that risk into a business driver. I love this topic, so I hope I won't go too over, but I'm going to try to keep this to just a few minutes. What I'm talking about with having too many IT people or IT people you don't know about is really about shadow IT. And that's business users using technology to solve their own problems, but not using your corporate IT function to guide and direct that. This is as old as IT. Our business users are really clever and really innovative. They will find their solutions to their problems. Problem is, when they go around IT, we have problems with data policies, security, and governance that can create a lot of risk. This is not slowing up. In fact, I guarantee this is going to accelerate in the market going forward. So you cannot stop it. Don't try. We have to embrace the fact that our business users want to solve their own problems. And we need to change the script to actually focus on giving them a tool set that enables them to solve their own problems. Give them those tools and then hold them accountable to do it. So why do I say that I think this is going to accelerate? It really comes down to two things. First, there's a reduced barrier to entry. Every year, technology is getting more and more accessible. And lately, in particular, there has been a huge shift in technology, which focuses on putting technology in the hands of savvy business users, not technologists. There is a proliferation of technologies in this space. Every week, I think I'm seeing a new one that's hitting a new functional area. So I'm going to talk about three that I think need to be in this toolkit right now, but this is going to grow. There's going to be more tools in the toolkit. I want to talk about how to get your company ready for these three, but also build the model so that they're ready for the next ones as well. The second reason I know this is going to accelerate is because our users are more tech savvy. I don't think I have to talk about that. I mean, technology is all around us. We are all more aware of it. Our users are more tech savvy. It's really, I think, almost self-evident. The combination of the two, this is really going to grow. Now, this is an opportunity, though, where we can empower those users to do the creative things they want to do. And there's a lot of different problems we can solve. I started the slide deck talking about the risks related to shadow IT, and it's one that I am very concerned about, as I know many technology owners are. But really, there's a lot of other things that this can affect as well. That includes driving innovation, reducing costs, growing revenue, improving customer satisfaction, and also employee satisfaction. By moving these tools to the edge of the business, making the businesses and the business users responsible for them, any one of those things can be addressed. Now, I do not recommend trying to tackle all of them at once. In fact, that's a recipe for disaster. Pick one, focus on it, make sure that while the business is learning these tools, they're getting comfortable with the toolkit, they have a narrow focus that's going to really help their success and help you measure also the success that they're achieving. So what are the three things that I think have to be in this toolkit? First, data and analytics and analysis. This is your business intelligence tools that help you understand what's going on in your business. They help you manage your performance and even predict future trends. These tools are beautifully suited for end users. In fact, 45 days, end users can start producing meaningful reports. And as little as 90, they're producing stuff that is just amazing. The insights that they will gain quickly, astounding. If you're not doing this, has to be added to your business users very, very quickly. The second one is process automation. We're talking about robotic process automation, where we take highly repetitive, redundant processes and we use technology to automate them. The technology does those repetitive tasks instead of people. What that does is it streamlines your process. It improves the quality of the work being done. And most importantly, it allows your staff to be freed up to focus on the value-added things they should be doing, not these redundant data entry and processing tasks. That's not what you hired them for, so let's alleviate them from those pains. This is a little more complicated than business intelligence, so this is going to take a little longer. But within 90 days, you're going to have your first automations in production. And 1 or 2 quarters later, you're going to have some really amazing automations that are going to really impact that business unit. And from there, the acceleration just goes vertical. The last thing is application development. There's a whole suite of tools that are being called low-code, no-code application development tools that are focused on business users. Drag and drop to build your entire web application or your mobile application. The potentials for this are bigger than the other two combined, in my opinion. This is really just going to change the way business gets done in some very fundamental ways. Similar to process automation, the learning curve and the ramp up time for this is a little more. 90 days, again, I think you can have your first business built application in production, but it's going to take 2 or 3 quarters after that to really hit stride and start producing some more meaningful and impactful applications. But still, from there, this is just going to go crazy the way it helps your business. So what would I do if I was starting a firm with these ideas? The first thing is focus on the very short term, 45 days. What is your definition of success? I mentioned it earlier, you cannot pick many and still succeed. You need a narrow, tight focus. Pick your focus, define it, make sure everybody involved knows it. Second, identify and leverage your existing resources. Starting with your technologies, there's a good chance you already have one or more of these technologies in your company, maybe not in the business users toolkit yet, but in your company. The speed and the cost to get these in additional people's hands is very, very low. It can be done quickly, so start there, focus there. The second part is your staff. You're probably not going to roll this toolkit concept out to your entire business. Pick 1, 2, 3 business units that are ready to do it, have engaged active management and really engaged staff. They're the ones you want to start with. Identify those staff and start planning how you're going to train them and get them into these technologies. Talking about training, there's the obvious, technical training that they need to do these tools and some of the ancillaries around it. But a part that's just as important and maybe even more so is informal training to allow knowledge sharing among these groups. They need a safe space to experiment and discuss. So much of this is going to be new to them. If you don't create that informal knowledge sharing environment, they're just not going to grow and thrive in the same way. So although this may not seem as important, trust me, you have to do this. This is really critical to growing these first few groups and absolutely critical to grow it out into the rest of your organization. And the last thing is, what goes wrong with shadow IT is it doesn't have the guardrails. It doesn't have the controls to make sure that things that are being done, the projects being picked up, the people engaged in them and the way they're doing them are done safely to protect your company. Building the governance and controls, absolutely critical. All that first 45 days. Little longer time frame, we want to look around 90 days out to say, which technology did we start with? All right, started with one, I'll probably only want to start with one. This is a lot for businesses and new people to begin to understand and start to adopt. But now you got to start adding their tools to the toolkit. And this is probably going to be a rolling 90 days playing leapfrog with each other where new technologies come on. Again, I've identified the first 3, but depending upon your business needs, there's probably 4, 5, 6 already out there. Again, a lot of that depends upon your business and your needs. But you got to start having a plan to roll those in and get those engaged in the same business units. And then a little longer time frame, the first year. This is all about measuring and making sure that you're continuing to drive that definition of success. Everybody has to know what it is. Everybody has to be focused on it. You want to come out at the end of the first year talking to the rest of the business about how massively successful this was. And it will be. But again, only if it's narrowly focused so that we can really control it and make sure that people are focused on it and that we're continuing to reinforce that message. You do this, you're going to crush any expectations. Trust me, this stuff really is amazing what it can do very quickly. So for myself, I am John McTiernan. I'm a 20-year technology veteran. I've been focused really lately on doing this augmentation of your IT groups, helping your businesses do more with the technologies they own and bringing in new technologies, really with the focus on pushing it to the edges of the organization so that it can be done faster and really target the problems that they have more specifically. Again, I love this topic. I'd love to talk more about it, but I don't want to take too long today. If you like this idea, or if you hate this idea, or if you have thoughts about what I might have missed, please drop me a message. Put some feedback on this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, or even better, give me a call. My phone number's there, my email address, my LinkedIn profile's there. Call me. Whether you're already doing this and you want to talk about, the experiences you've had, and we can share some ideas, or you're looking to get started and you just want to chat about it, or you need help and, there's a way that I can help you more directly. I'm more than happy to be involved in any and all conversations in this area. My most exciting thing is just seeing companies doing this. Any way I can help you, I want to. Please reach out and let me know. I hope everybody found this informative and a little interesting. Please reach out and talk to me. I'd love to talk more. Thank you.